Hi. Oh, okay. Hi. How are you doing? My name is Confidence and this is Confidence Uncut. I make videos about beauty, fashion, lifestyle and life experiences. So if this is your first time on here, please subscribe and turn on your notification so that you would be in the know anytime I upload new content. And to the existing family, hey, hi, hey, you know how it is. It's unfiltered, uncensored, unapologetic, and a lot of fun. Well, today I would like to bring you guys on a journey that I had years back. Let me be precise, 99.
It's been 84 years.
Well, I would like to talk about this because it's very important. There are a lot of young women out there that would want to be part of a beauty pageant or contest in a beauty pageant, doesn't know what it takes or how to go about it, the ups, the downs, and everything about it. So we're going to dive into the subject. Today is beauty pageant, how the whole thing, works. And I invited a friend of mine, my dear friend, you guys know her, by the name Cecilia. I wish she'd be sitting here, but then she's like, oh, I have no makeup on, so I'm not. I'm like, okay, fine. Oh, your voice is okay for us today. So Cecilia is going to throw some questions at me, and I am going to try my best to answer it. Unfiltered, uncensored, unapologetic. So Cecilia, you have the floor.
Hi, Confidence.
Hi, darling.
So, your first question, why did you apply to be in a beauty pageant?
Okay. Where did I apply? First of all, there's a backstory with it. I didn't apply. So, back in the day, I had a friend called Amadade and Jeffrey. These two thought that it would be a good idea if I participate and I will be a good candidate to represent Ghana at Miss World because I'm beautiful, I'm intelligent, and I've seen the world. And I was saying to them, I'm not the type that they would pick because of all those, because of all the what they're saying, because of what they're saying that I'm beautiful and all that. So I wouldn't win. And they're like, now you would. So they forced me to apply, and I did apply because I wanted to prove them wrong, that I wasn't their type.
And what type is that, Confidence?
Listen, beauty pageants, I am sure that the management or the owners of the pageant would want someone they can kind of control, someone who is kind of timid. I honestly, for me, I just thought that now I'm just too strong, I'm just too out there that I wouldn't be a beauty queen. That's all.
I'm trying to get what type is that?
Okay, I'm not a timid type, so check. So they would maybe want someone that they can control, someone that have a better story than I do. And yeah, I think that I'm being diplomatic.
What was your some of the challenges that you faced from the beginning right up until the end?
My first challenge actually was winning, because those days we in Ghana they had the beauty pageant was done in a way that before you contest for Miss Ghana, you would be a Miss from the region, from a region you from, or you have to be a Miss from a particular region. Like, I think the way they do it around the world, like you have Miss California, Miss Texas. So Ghana also had that format, which was you Miss Volta, Miss Ashanti region and all that. So my first challenge was to go and participate in my local pageant, which was Miss Volta. And I said to them, well, if I don't win Miss Volta, I wouldn't do the pageant. So my biggest challenge was to win Miss Volta. And after winning, I know. Not a lot of people. Oh, I think it's only Amma and Jeffrey that knows the story. So on the day of the pageant, there were so many beautiful girls, and I ended up winning. But by the time we got to Accra, I was so ill, and I don't know. Listen, I'm African, so certain things I believe in them. You might not believe in them, so just take what I'm about to say for what it is. So by the time I got back to Accra, one of the contestants had threw me something called tupe, which is some form of voodoo kind of thing. So when I got to Accra, I had rashes all over my body, just literally from my hair down to my feet. I was covered in rashes, and luckily for me, the house that I lived in had a lady that is a priestess, and when I walked in, she's one of the women that kind of took care of me. So when I walked in, I started complaining to her. She was like, "Oh my goodness, this is today. So you need to smear palm oil on you." So everybody came in, and then she did the whole ritual kind of thing to get me stable. Because apparently, if I wasn't stable, that's the point that I would take off my clothes and then I'll go cuckoo. Whether you believe it or not, but that's what happened to me. So that was one of my biggest challenges. I know.
Wow. And what was the next stage?
Then the next stage was to raise funds so that I could have enough money to buy my clothes and go through the whole grooming and all that. And that was also very challenging because you will have to go and talk to sponsors and get them on board and all that. And I was lucky enough that I had a few friends that once I had the crown, they were like, "Okay, well, you have the crown, so now let's push you to go and get us the ultimate," which was Miss Ghana.
Right. So actually, this is quite good. So there's been a lot of rumors about this attaining sponsorship. I'm not going to get into the rumors. Can you share some lights? Is it true?
Yes, it is very difficult because sometimes, beauty pageant has got this, how do I put it? When you're contesting in a beauty pageant, so you are literally saying you are beautiful. So in a way, it opens you up for everyone to throw things at you. So I have heard some of the girls said, "Oh, some people wanted to get down there with them before they could give them sponsorship." But I was lucky enough that my sponsors were friends that I already had, and they had businesses. So I went to them and I told them, "Listen, I would like you to help me with this." So I got good sponsorships.
So just before you go on, your advice to anybody searching for sponsorship, how did they go about it?
So if you feel that you are someone is trying to get into your panties before they sponsor you, please stay away from that person. It's not worth it. Yeah, you need the money, all right, but it's not worth you losing your dignity or someone, using you before they can sponsor you. So don't do it.
That's great.
There are other sponsors out there. There's a lot of them. So you just have to keep working at it.
Did you, you say you didn't have that type of experience. Any other horrible experiences maybe?
There's a few. But there are in every situation that you are in, there are bad experiences. But I believe that those bad experiences build you up for whatever you're looking for in life, or build you up to become who you are in life. I remember one time, one of our chaperones, we were in Labadi Beach Hotel, and we were shooting our promo. And one of the chaperones looked at me and was like, "Why are you walking like a girl from Makola? Why are you walking like a girl that has no aim?" And that was just to bring me down because she favored someone else, and I was doing well than that person. So she was like, oh, I think she was saying that to me so that I could lose my confidence in a way. But it didn't work anyway. It didn't work. So the other one was the fact that we knew the winner of the pageant before we all went for the pageant. So I already knew who was going to win. I was adamant about it. I told all the girls this person was already going to win. So this, there is a lot of things like favoritism was a big thing to me. People were favored. So I wasn't one of the people that were favored, and that was what I was trying also to say about the type. So because I was that strong and I was that bold, I wasn't favored. So it was more like, bring her down and then let's get our favorite one.
Well, in that case, I would have to ask, then if you know the winner, why would you take part?
So this, I knew this when we were in camping. So that was like a week before the pageant. I knew this. So knowing me, Konfidence, knowing me, I told all the girls, and then we decided that we were not going to participate. So they brought in elders to talk to us that if we don't participate that night, the pageant is going to go down, blah, blah, blah. So they're going to try their best not to, you know, make it big that's true. So they were like, oh, no, she's not the one going to win and all that. And I was adamant, and I had all the girls with me, actually. I had so what they did actually, and this, so what they did was they promised a second position to another girl. And that was how come they were able to break all of us. So they were offering things to other people. So it's like, oh, if you're going to be, we'll make sure that you place well. So convince the other girls, because all the girls were like, if we're not going to, if we're not going to have equal chance, why should we do it? And that was how come they were like a little union. But they were able to break us apart, and it still did happen though.
Glad that doesn't happen now, I guess.
Cecilia, next question.
Okay, so you knew the winner, but you still participated.
Yes, I did. I did because I had respect for the elders that came to speak with us. But if I knew, that they had offered the contestants, places, I would have walked off. So I did.
Did you form any great friendships during this pageant? Was there any jealousy between the girls?
Jealousy, listen, when you're bold like me, jealousy is one of the things you don't look out for. I wasn't looking out for jealousy. Funnily enough, the girl that was picked to win, I spoke to her to contest. So I went to the nail shop, and this is when I was Miss Volta. I went to the nail shop, and this beautiful girl walked in, and I said to her, oh, you can be part of Miss Ghana this year, and I just want Miss Volta. And I spoke to her, and then she went to the Northern region, and I think she became Miss Northern region, and then participated. So I don't know if the other girls had jealousy going on, but personally I wasn't looking out for that, so I didn't see that.
So Konfidence, what was the day like? Can you tell us, were you nervous? Tell us your experience.
Okay, so if I can remember, if my memory serves me right, on that day, I think the day started around 6 a.m. We were all bussed to the venue. That was the National Theatre, and rehearsals, and then you start makeup, and then after makeup the show starts. So you have the first segment was a dance routine that we all performed, and then you go on into your talent. And my talent, I picked a dance from my region, which was the Volta region, Achagbeko, which was a kind of Oh, I can't remember what I was doing.
Show us.
With the two, oh wow, memory lane. With the two hostel and doing my thing. Yeah, I had drummers and all that. Yeah. Oh, I enjoyed that thoroughly. My talent, I did enjoy it because that was the first time I was able to show that truly and truly I am an Ewe number 9 girl. So that was really fun. Then we went on to swimwear. Swimwear. Okay. When it came to swimwear, I have no boobs. So I was very conscious of myself. And I was if I remember very well, I was very uncomfortable. You guys, as I said, Miss Ghana has made me into the woman that I am today. But then I was just a caterpillar. A caterpillar that was just going slow motion that I'll blossom into a beautiful, turn into a beautiful butterfly. So my swimwear segment, I don't think I did well on my swimwear segment. No, I was very comfortable. I was very self-conscious, and I had hips and like big, like chunky thigh legs. Like now. Am I making sense at all? Now, I'm looking at it and I said that was beauty. But then I was like, oh, all these the girls are skinny. So, and I starved myself through the pageant because I needed to have the right size. So I literally starved myself through the pageant. And that day I didn't even have anything to eat. Nervous, was I nervous? No, nervous was not even going through. I wasn't nervous. That was not one of the things that were going through my mind. I was more body conscious. I was more conscious that, the clothes, they fit right and all that. So, yeah. And then after the swimwear segment, it was the introduction segment. So I remember very well, we had this beautiful, I think I still even have some of the clothes. Yeah, I still have some of my beauty pageant clothes, my stage clothes. So we had this beautiful, what's the name, African print fabric with crown in them. It was brown and cream, and I had mine made so they could cut out the crown on my shoulder. It was so beautiful. So that was what I did my introduction in. After the introduction, and it was time to call out, Miss Eloquent, Miss Photogenic, and all that. Did I say genic? Photogenic, yes. So they called that out, and I won Miss Photogenic. So I was Miss Ghana 99, Miss Photogenic. Well, from there onwards, they had to call the best 6. And there's a funny story coming here right there. So for some reason, when they started mentioning the names, as far as I was concerned, I am Miss Photogenic. And what is beauty about? If you're beautiful in photographs or you're beautiful on screen, automatically you should be among the best 6, right? Okay. So once I got Miss Photogenic, I was like, oh, these people are trying to prove me wrong. Like, you can actually win the crown. And I started giving myself vim, like, oh, confidence, go in there, do your... that talk to myself, you have no idea. I was just literally boosting myself up because you had all the... Okay, so backstage, everybody had their clique. So there was... designers, top designers for everyone. I didn't even know that that's how it works. So sometimes the designers will even come out and look at you in a funny, and you are frightened. You're like, oh, what's she coming out with? So at that point, there was this particular designer. Oh, what's her name again? Ivana. Yes. There was Ivana. Ivana was dressing on the queen and the second. And if Ivana walks out and you see Ivana, you are scared. So you were frightened. So now I've won my Miss Photogenic. I'm standing back. Once I won the Miss Photogenic, I thought, okay, I'm going to win. Not win, I'm going to place. I'll be definitely among the best 6. Walked, changed my clothes, came out, we all lined up backstage, and they started calling. And they called number 2. No, they called number 20. And I was number 2. They called number 20. I don't know why. I do not know why. But number 20 sounded to me as number 2. So here I am, starting to walk off onto stage. And I could see the MC going like, no, it's not you. No. So imagine after giving yourself all that pep talk, and you're like, yes, I'm Miss Photogenic. Yes, I'm Miss Photogenic. So I'm part of number 6 and all that. And you're walking on stage and they're like, no, it's not you. So quickly did I bow my head in shame and just give way to the right person. I know. Yes, I was so full of it.
That
Next
that is hilarious. It sounds like a film.
It's not. It's my true story. It's my... Listen, Cecilia, you have no idea.
Were your
Listen,
ears hot at that
day.
time?
Huh?
Were your ears hot?
Oh, yes.
What did you feel?
Ooh. Listen, if I was white, you would see that all the blood was drained out of me. I was white. I felt like I was washed out. Because, listen, if you're Miss Photogenic, technically, you should be part of, the top 6. I think so. That's every Miss Photogenic is part of the top 12 in Miss World. So that I had watched Miss World and I had known there are certain prizes. If you get like Miss Eloquence, Miss Congeniality, and all those things, you are going to be part of the top 12. Maybe not the top 6, but at least the top 12. Yeah. Was it the top? No, I have turned it. It was the top 12, not the top 6. It was the top 12. Because after the top 12, then you're going to give your message and then they will pick the top 6. And then the top 6 will answer the judge's question. So it was the top 12 that they called, and I heard number 20 as number 2. Yes.
So you didn't make the top 12?
No, I did not make the top 12.
Wow.
And that is crazy that Miss Photogenic didn't make it to the top 12. Yeah.
Taking you back a little bit, when you talked about being body conscious, any advice to any up-and-coming beauty contestants about this topic?
I wish I knew what I know now then, which is we are all built differently. Some have hips, some don't. Some have boobs, some don't. Some have, tiny legs, long legs, some don't. So I would say to you that just make sure that you work out once you're on this journey, because you're going to have people judging you. So make sure that you present yourself in the best way possible that you can. So eating healthily, going to the gym, and keeping fit. Once you do this, it doesn't matter what anybody thinks. It means that you yourself, you've done your best. Don't starve yourself. Just eat healthily.
So let's go back to that day after.
Cecilia, you've not had enough of this day story.
No, we talked about your feelings. So what happened after that?
Well, lo and behold, Mariam Sugri Bugri.
Oh, wow. You remember the name?
Of course.
Say it again.
Mariam Sugri Bugri won Miss Ghana 99. I would never forget the name.
Yeah, well.
It's a name that I'll never forget, because that really, that pageant, the whole situation of the pageant impacted my life, and I promised myself that I would do better than anybody that was in that pageant that day. So that was a challenge I threw to myself. And I think they did me a favor by not letting me place numbers in the top 12 and the top 6, and even thinking of winning, because that actually changed my perspective on life. Maybe if I won, I don't know, I'm just talking about me. Please don't get things twisted. But then I'm thinking if I would have won, maybe by now I'll be married to someone, have 300 kids, have no career, have no life. I don't know. But I think they did me a favor. So was I unhappy that Mariam Sugri Bugri won? Yes, instantly, yes. Oh, I was so mad. I was so mad that I remember when Mariam was being crowned, me and my squad, we were out there screaming.
Wow.
That we say no. We say no. We say no. This wasn't funny. It
Wow.
wasn't funny. So they couldn't present her card to her that day.
Oh, wow.
Because we were that upset that she won. So they couldn't present her card to her that day. But I also have to give it up to Mariam. I have to give it up to the girl. Listen, we were very young. And I, in a way, also would like to apologize to Mariam. In a way that I am sorry how I personally went about it. So Mariam, I am sorry how I went about it because the insults that we rained on Mariam. That day, oh my goodness. To think about it, we were horrible human beings. Yes, listen, Mariam didn't say they should pick her. Whatever went on and the organizers thought that they wanted her to win, that was not Mariam's fault. It was the organizers' fault. So we raining insults on Mariam, I would say, I'm sorry we did that to you. But we were like, okay, now let's take it back again. So we were like, we all came because before we left the hotel, they gave us this rule that because we all went together to the event or the venue, we all had to come back together in the same bus back to the hotel. So when Mariam won, they were like, oh, they're going to take Mariam in a different car. And we are like, no. You told us that we are all going to come back as a unit. So we're all going to go back in a unit. So we all went back in a unit. And Mariam was sitting in the front. I honestly do not know how she went through the journey getting back to the hotel. Because the insults, we rained it on her. Like we all the vomit, all the venom, everything came out. Like, it was horrible. Horrible to think of it that I was doing that to another person.
Yeah.
But I was young, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mariam.
Oh, we love your growth.
Yes, thank you.
So I hear some rumors about a radio station, you know.
Oh!
Can you give us some light?
Is Ghana 99. Yes. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, so after all said and done, Mariam won and all that, the commotion was becoming, it was becoming a scandal. It was no longer a commotion, it was a scandal that we were invited to radio stations to give interviews with the winners. So in this interview, may his soul rest in peace, I was interviewed by Kobna Jumo. That was my first ever radio interview in my life. And we had the number 1, number 2, number 3, first, second, third, and then we had the organizers at that time. I think it was Miss Whiskits, something like that, and Mr. Gedilai, I think was the name. Yeah, he was on air with us, and honestly, the excuses that I was giving that day did not make sense to me. Because I think, even though I did not make it to the best 12, the girl that won the 3rd place, her name was Felicia. I think that day she should have won. Felicia deserved the crown of Miss Ghana 99 because she did her best on that day. But Felicia didn't win. So I posed a question on the interview, why didn't Felicia win? And then I was given the lame excuse that Felicia's size and all that. So later on, they had to change the size on the application form. So you have to be a certain size. But Miss Ghana 1999 should have been won by Felicia.
Wow, so they used her size as one of the excuses?
Excuses that she did not...
that she was too big?
She was too big, voluptuous. Not big, I'll say voluptuous. Definitely, I don't think they'll be able to do that, get away with that now. I mean, this is before social media and all that, so.
Came after this. You said that it almost was a favor for you not to win.
Oh, and I'm not talking about the opportunity, but let me talk about the things I gained from participating in Miss Ghana. First thing I gained was to be poised, to have, not necessarily be a lady, but to have some kind of aura around me that is inviting. That's also one thing I gained. There was a lot of training, like in as much as it was commotion, all that. There was a lot of good also that came from it, like etiquette. You were trained on how to be courteous. We had table manners. You had so many things that a young woman needs. So basically, my finishing school was Miss Ghana. It actually tied up the loose ends of me being a young woman, gave me, taught me that I could, if I behave this way, this will be the how do I put it?
The outcome.
The outcome. So as a woman, you have to comport yourself in a certain way so that you be perceived in a certain way. So that was, I think, if with my toughness and boldness, if I did not participate in Miss Ghana, I think I'll be a bit rash.
And bush
Also, yeah. I'll be a bit rash and bush, yeah.
Do you think it's important then, this whole etiquette?
Yeah.
And do we have enough of it right now?
I think every woman or every girl needs finishing school. If either you're going to go into the school to do that as a course or you read books on it, every woman, every girl needs some form of finishing, which is, when I mean finishing, is how to hold, basically even how to hold your glass, how to use your cutlery, how to cross your legs, how to, use your hands, how to fend off the hair off your shoulders. So there's so many things that you can be taught in finishing school that every girl needs to become a woman. I hope I'm making sense with what I'm saying, because you need to, there's so many things that is acceptable when you're a young woman, but when you're growing, there's so many things you can do and you'll be perceived wrongly. And finishing school ties up the knots for you. So I would say my Miss Ghana was my personal finishing school. On the set go, I didn't get any opportunity because basically once the whole commotion started, my father was mad. He wasn't happy with what was happening, so I got a visa and I was shipped off to Europe because I didn't want it to define, because the way it was going and the way the media was twisting it and all that, this could define my future. And I was like, once I did the radio station, I was like, yes, I've said my piece, I'm done with it, I'm moving on. So I moved on, and guess what? I went to Holland and I met my husband.
Ooh. Yes. So happy endings. Then.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Listen, with all the story, with all that I'm saying, you would think that, you've gone through a lot because of the pageant and all that. But to be very honest, if I didn't go through all that, I would not definitely be the woman that I am today. No, not at all. So I actually was talking to my husband whilst I was participating in Miss Ghana. That was so. Actually, listen, let me even put it this way. If it wasn't for Miss Ghana, I wouldn't meet my husband. And I'll explain why. Those days, you know that you have, we didn't have internet at home. So you have to go to the internet cafe to do anything, research whatsoever. So I went to this internet cafe and the guy, and I'm still looking for that guy. Listen, if you are out there and you remember that you were the one that opened my email account for me, please contact me because you've blessed my life. So the guy at the internet cafe, he opened my email account and he was like, what name should I use for you? I'm like, why would I have an email account? And he's like, oh, this is the new thing. You have to have an email account, blah, blah. It's like, okay. So he looked at me and said, you're cute, right? I'm like, yes. And he's like, what day were you born? And I said, I'm Amma. So he gave me cute Amma. And I still keep that email address to date. And he opened my email account for me. And then he was like, you know what? There's this new thing that is called Match.com. It would be nice to put, if you are looking to have a good relationship, or if you're looking for someone, it would be a good thing to put your profile out there that you might meet someone. And I knew nothing about emailing, internet, Match.com, nothing. So he rolled me onto Match.com, and here comes my husband. But then I'll do a video about that later on, about online dating.
Great. So thank you for talking to us about your journey.
Yeah.
Any last words for anybody that is, again, we are trying to advise young ladies on this journey who are on the same journey. Any advice for them?
I would say that before you embark on a pageant journey, take some time, ask yourself some hard questions like, if I don't win, what would I do? If somebody think that I'm not pretty, what will be my answer? All these things, you need to have those answers before you start. Because you don't want a situation whereby you're in rehearsals and someone goes like, oh, you're too fat, and you just break down, because that would take away your confidence. But if you know you're fat, let me not use the word fat, you're big boned, you've got curves. Once the person say to you, you're too fat, you would turn around and say to them, no, I'm not fat, I've got curves. So you have answers, so that it doesn't break your confidence. So that is one. Make sure you know. Make sure you cannot know all the correct answers to who you are, but you should have certain answers. Like, if I don't win, what am I going to do? If I win, what would I do? What I would do with my crown and all that. That is one. Two, do not go sleeping around with people thinking that will win you the crown. No, that will just make you a loose girl. So no, don't do that. Try and listen, like take advice, take criticism on board. There is difference between someone ripping you off your confidence or criticizing you. They're two different things, okay? Because that's why I said, if you know yourself and someone said to you that, oh, the way you're wearing your hair in the middle is not right, can you turn it to the side? I'm not saying go and say, oh, no, that's my beauty, that's the way I want to look. No, what you can do is go in the mirror, turn it to the side and see if you're comfortable with it. And maybe the person might be right. So take on, healthy criticism. That is very important. And be you, because there's only you. You're the only, listen, you cannot be a duplicate of someone, and someone cannot be a duplicate of you. So you can only be you, the true you. So show your real face, darling, and maybe you would win. Cecilia, I think I'm enough of this talking though.
Yeah, well,
is that your last question?
Yes, we've learned a lot from you. Thank you.
I'm happy I answered them, and I hope I did answer them honestly. Beauty pageants can make or break you. So just make sure that it's the right choice for you to go into beauty pageant. Don't go there also thinking that you're the most beautiful thing on earth, so that you're not disappointed. We will end today's conversation right here. Please don't forget to follow us on all our social media platform, Confidence with a K, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, Confidence Uncut with a K. Or you can follow my personal page, Confidence Haugen, on Instagram and all other social media platforms. Thank you guys so much for supporting this channel. Please share, like, leave a comment. I'm here. Anything you want to know about beauty pageants, I'm here. Please comment and I will answer you. Stay blessed, stay beautiful, and stay safe. See you on my next video. Bye.